ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to welcome you to our play, The Butterflies.
สวัสดีแขกผู้มีเกียรติทุกท่านค่ะยินดีต้อนรับสู่ละครเวทีเรื่อง The Butterflies โดยภาควิชาภาษาอังกฤษคณะมนุษยศาสตร์มหาวิทยาลัยเชียงใหม่ค่ะ
Let us first introduce ourselves. My name is Min Mai.
My name is Dear.
We are from English Department, Faculty of Humanities, Chiang Mai University. And today, it is such an honor that we are here being your MC. So, how long have you been waiting for this play?
It's been almost 2 years, right?
Right. After we ceased our play for almost 2 years as if we were the cocoons waiting to be the butterflies again.
Such a good metaphor. Anyway, could you please tell us what exactly is our play, The Butterflies?
Well, our play, The Butterflies, is the adaptation from a Chinese-American writer, David Henry Huang's M. Butterfly. But for this time, this adaptation, The Butterflies, is written by a fourth-year English major student, Parinthon Tipala, from Chiang Mai University. And the story is about an American diplomat, Cameron Reid, who falls in love with a Thai maiden, Wijit Sakulthong. And also, there are some interesting political issues involved in the story. So the play is waiting for us to explore together. And every scene contains significant information, so you cannot miss it at all.
ค่ะสำหรับละครเรื่องนี้นะคะ The Butterflies เป็นละครที่ถูกดัดแปลงมาจากเรื่องM Butterfly แต่ในสำหรับละครเรื่องนี้นะคะคนเขียนที่เอามาเขียนใหม่ก็คือเป็นนักศึกษาชั้นปีที่ 4 จากภาควิชาภาษาอังกฤษคณะมนุษยศาสตร์ของเราชื่อนายปริณธรทิพละค่ะค่ะและก่อนการแสดงจะเริ่มขึ้นนะคะทางเราอยากจะขอความร่วมมือสักเล็กน้อยเพื่ออรรถรสที่ดีในการรับชมละครของท่านนะคะขอให้ทุกท่านปิดมือถือขณะรับชมแล้วก็ขอความร่วมมืองดการถ่ายภาพหรือบันทึกวิดีโอขณะทำการแสดงและขณะรับชมหากท่านใดต้องการที่จะเข้าห้องน้ำหรือทำธุระส่วนตัวทางเราจะมีช่วงเวลาพักให้หลังละครเริ่มประมาณ1 ชั่วโมง 45 นาทีค่ะ
Significantly, before the play begins, please be informed that all electronic devices must be turned off. Photography and video recording are strictly prohibited during the play. If you want to go to the restroom, there will be 10 minutes break after 1 hour and 45 minutes since the play begins. And I think it's time, ladies and gentlemen, please sit back and enjoy our play.
โปรดยืนขึ้นเพื่อถวายความเคารพโดยพร้อมเพรียงกัน Please stand up and pay respect to the King's Anthem.
butterfly. 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 The limits of my sail are as such. 4.5 meters by 5. There's one window against the far wall. A door, very strong, protecting from autograph hands. I'm responsible for the tape recorder. A couple of books. And this charming cardboard box. Stop to keep my mind busy while I rot slowly in the cell. You, and you might think that I'm just one of the boring, rotting in cell to death kind of guys. No. To be honest, I'm not treated like an ordinary prisoner. Why? Because I'm a celebrity. You see, I make people laugh. I never dreamt this day would arrive. I never been considered witty or clever. In fact, as a young boy in an informal poll among my high school classmates, I was voted least likely to be invited to a party. And it's a title I managed to hold on to for many years, despite some stiff competition. And now, how the tables turn. Look at me. The life of every social function in America. America! Why be modest? My fame spread to Ottawa, London, Paris.
And what a Reid.
Reid? Reid? Who is Reid?
Reid.
Oh. You see? They are all determined to say my name, as if it were some new dance.
He still claims not to believe the truth.
What? Still? Even since the trial?
Yes. Isn't it that?
He says, you know, he was dark, and she was very modest.
Modest? That's impossible. How could he not know?
Simple ignorance.
Ignorant.
Ignorance. Ignore?
Yeah.
For 10 years?
Time flies when you are being
Stupid.
Me?
No. I mean, Mr. Reid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but that stupid man never touched her with his hands.
Maybe he did. And simply misidentified the equipment. Accompanying case for sex education.
he's not very good looking though.
Oh no, he is not.
Certainly not.
Yeah, and actually, I feel pathetic. Sorry for him.
Well, I toast to Mr. Reid.
Yes, to read.
To Reid, yes!
Why?
Hey, that manner.
You see? They told you. Can they really be so foolish? Men like that, they should be scratching at my door. Begging, let me see. For I can read. I have known and been loved by the perfect. Alone in this cell, I sit night after night, watching a story play through my life, always searching for a new ending, which redeems my honor, where she at last returns in my heart. And I imagine you, my ideal audience, who come to understand, and even just a little to envy. In order for you to understand what I did and why, I must introduce you to my favorite author, Madame Butterfly. Wijit Puccini's first produced and last Scala on the line.
Hey, yo! What's up, Reid?
Wijit Puccini's first produced at La Scala Milan in 1904. And it is now beloved.
Hey! Who are you talking to?
I'm introducing my audience to Madame Butterfly.
Madame Butterfly? I'm sure you meet M. Butterfly. I just want to play yesterday.
What? What are you talking about in Butterfly? It isn't M. It is Madame.
Doesn't matter anyway. It's pretty much the same thing. M or matter. Thing is, the play was the bomb.
Madame Butterfly is the bomb.
It is M. Butterfly, dude. For the last time. It's for the real.
This is impossible. There can be only one butterfly.
Unfortunately, there are two now. Interesting, huh? Maybe she's reborn as an even more beautiful butterfly.
No! They can't do this to my butterfly!
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, hey, hey! What the fuck are you doing? Hey, stop! Don't make me hit you! Stop! What the fuck are you doing? What the... Shit! Now clean it up! Oh man, clean it up! Shit! I just bought the goddamn newspaper! You have not enough this evening, old man! Maybe hunger can calm you down. Woo!
What they're thinking they're doing really can't be adapted. There's only one butterfly. My ideal audience. I'm hoping that, unlike a young, uneducated, pathetic, you can appreciate the original. So, let me tell you about Madame Butterfly. Madame Butterfly, the heroine, Cho Cho San, also known as Butterfly. She is a feminine ideal, beautiful, and brave. Butterfly. But his hero, the man for whom she gives up everything, is pretty much a wimp. A womanizer, Benjamin Franklin of the U.S. Navy. To give a rough translation, the whole world over, Yankee traveled, casting his anchor wherever he wants. Life is not worth living unless it can win the heart of the Pharisees. Oh, Butterfly, I know how happy you are when you're with him. But as the duet plays, and the flowers are growing at your wedding, we both know soon that he's going to leave you for another woman. He's going to destroy you. And this Pinkerton, though is the cause of all the pain that Butterfly lives to tolerate, and he is the image that I hate, and what is bitter, he does remind me of my best friend from school, Reid. Oh,
think I'd rather stay home.
Are you crazy? We are going to Bass Condoni Mountain Hills. You know what happened last night?
Of course I do.
Of course you don't. You never know. They stripped around.
Oh? Who's stripped?
The girls.
Girls?
Look around. We are a bunch of beauty guys going up to the lake. So, what are we going? What? Talk philosophy?
But what girls? Where do you get them?
Who cares? Twins. They come on drugs. Captain, sardines, and that's open. Babes, hot out. We are ready to roll.
You mean they just...
Before you know it, every last one of them, they stripped and splashing around my pool. They can't see what's going on. It moves loudly, right? You close your eyes. You just reach out. Get it? Doesn't matter. Just ask to be the babes. If these are sinking into the pool, you are just sitting there. Going in it. Eye closed. On and on for as long as you can stand. It's a fun, huh?
But what happens in the morning?
In the morning, you're ready to talk philosophy, so how about it?
No, Freddie. I can't. I'm afraid they'll say no. The girls. So I never asked.
You don't have to ask. That's the beauty, you see? It's perfect. For a guy like you, really.
You go ahead. I may come later.
Come on, man. You don't have to worry about your lips. They're not looking.
Thank you very much. And now, we may return to my version of Madame Butterfly. Freddie? Freddie? Hey, Freddie, what are you doing? Freddie?
Huh?
What?
Run? To run?
What?
There's a lot of barbarians out there. And they're probably looking at me and thinking, what a dangerous guy.
Yes, how could they help but to be impressed by your cool sophistication? Get out, Freddie! Please, get out! Get out! When Butterfly makes her entrance, we learn her age, 15, but very mature for her years. Her life is so beautiful, Butterfly, so delicate. She bows her head as she whispers that she's not even worth 100 yen a finger to pay for her. And he's already giving too much when we know he'd really have to keep going at all. In real life, women who put their total worth at less than 66 cents are quite hard to find. And the closest we come is in the pages of these magazines.
I know
try.
I leave my blinds open every night before I go to bed.
I can't move.
I leave my blinds open and the lights on.
I'm shaking. My skin is hard. But my penis is soft. Why?
I stand in front of window.
What is she going to do?
Then slowly I lift up my nightdress.
I shouldn't be seeing this. It's so dirty. I'm so bad.
I stand there in the light, displaying myself.
No, she's... What's she naked?
To you,
In front of a window? This is wrong. No.
without shame.
No. She must... Like?
I like it.
She wants me to see.
I want you to see.
I can't believe she's getting excited.
What would you like me to do next?
Oh. Butterfly. I know. I know that you're suffering. It's been 3 years since you went back to the US. Oh, you giving birth to his baby? And now you want him to come back? Oh, poor little girl. You come back all right? But how can I put this? I don't want to witness the last act of your tragedy. It would be best if you weren't coming back. Oh, don't worry, darling. You come back all right? And you marry him. And all this would only lead to your self-destruction. I married a woman older than myself, Jessica.
My father was ambassador to Australia. I grew up among criminals and kangaroos.
Hearing that brought me to the altar, where I took a vow renouncing love. No fantasy woman ever wanted me. So yes, I will settle for a quick leave up, a career letter, and passion, a banish. And in its place, practicality. But my vows has long since lost their charge by the time I arrived in Bangkok. The sad truth is that all men want a beautiful woman. And the uglier the men, the greater the ones. I married late. At age 31. And I was faithful to my marriage for 8 years. Until the day, at the show, at the U.S. ambassador's house, where I first saw her performing delicacy from the Thai, a diplomat. The ending of the show made General Sak, the hero, his new wife, returned to Chiang Mai. But he cannot recall the days he left his drug, the heroin. That breaks your heart really bad.
ตายด้วยเกียรติ
Death with honor
ยังดีเสียกว่าอยู่
is better than life.
ด้วยความอัปยศ
Life with dishonor.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is สาวเครือฟ้า
I've always enjoyed the opera, especially Madame Butterfly. Actually, I've only seen Butterfly in an opera. Butterfly with great voice, and she is magnificent, right? But here was Kurafar, Butterfly with little or no voice, and different in appearance. But she has the same grace, delicacy. I believe this girl. I believe her suffering. I wanted to take her in my arms. So delicate. Even I could protect her, take her home, pamper her till she smiled.
Excuse me Mr.
Reid, miss?
Wijit Sakulthong.
A beautiful performance.
Oh please
I usually...
you've made me blush. I've never done Sakurfa before.
I usually don't like Butterfly.
I can't blame you in the least.
I mean, the story.
Ridiculous.
I like the story. But, what?
How? You like it?
I mean, I've only seen Butterfly be played by a huge woman in so much bad makeup. And who can blame them? But you. You and this one.
So, you believe me?
Absolutely. You were utterly convincing. It's my first time seeing another aspect of the story.
Really? Which one do you like better? Sakurfa or Madame Butterfly?
I'd say...
Of course. You prefer Madame Butterfly.
I mean, Sakurfa is good. No, I mean, it's really great. But Madame Butterfly is original, you see? And besides, what Cho-Cho-san does in Madame Butterfly, her death is a pure sacrifice. She loves him so much. It's a very beautiful story.
Well, yes to a Westerner or an American.
Excuse me?
and goes over 3 years, during which time she prays to his picture and turns out a marriage from the young Kennedy. Then she learns that he is remarried. She kills herself. Now, I would consider you, you might think she's a Jewish idiot, correct? But because it is an Oriental who kills herself for a Western. Oh, you find it beautiful.
Yes. Well,
But, anyway, there's no racial issue in Sakurfako. Mr. Reid, if you wish to see some real theater, come to Thailand sometimes. Expand your mind.
So much of protecting her in my big American arms. Well, here I am. It took 4 weeks, but my curiosity overcame my cold. This Thai diva, this unwieldy butterfly, what did she do to make her proud?
Yes, you, white man. I'm looking straight at you.
Me?
Do you see any other white men? It was too easy to spot you. How often does a man in my audience come in a tie? So, it took you 4 weeks.
I've been busy.
Let's go outside away. I want to smoke. How I wish I owned a tiny cafe for artists to sit in and talk about their art with cappuccinos, men in tuxedos, and bad expatriate jazz.
But in the Thai received that culture from the West and jazz from America.
But the culture helps grow Thai economy. The government encourages the international companies to invest in Thailand. And jazz. We all love jazz. Why not welcome it? To reject a culture just because it is from a foreign country. Don't you think it is too blind nationalism?
Well, that's
Anyway, there's one thing that I want you to know. That we always welcome Western men. You know, we always held a certain fascination to you, Caucasian men. is my flat. Thank you. Come another time. And we will further expand your mind.
What was that? Sometimes it is mutual. Women do not flirt with me, and I can't normally talk to them. But tonight, I held out my end of the conversation.
You didn't tell me you would be home late.
I didn't intend to. Something came up.
Oh. Like what?
I went to the Dutch master's home.
Again?
There was a reception for a visiting scholar. He's writing a 6-volume treatise on the Taikoo in 1957. And we all gathered. That meant it had to live long enough to actually write 6 volumes. And we all expressed our deepest sympathies.
Well, I had a good night too. I went with a lady to a Muay Thai demonstration. It was fun. We should go there together sometimes.
Yes.
It's my time to go to bed. Good night.
Good night.
I lied to my wife. I never had any reason to lie. I did not do anything wrong. But that night, I had a dream. And other people have been told have dreams when angels appear, or dragons, or Sophie Lawrence in a tower. But in my dream, Freddie from school appeared.
Ron, you met a girl.
Not that amazing, thank you.
Oh. No, Ron. So blowing memory. You know, we heard that a girl halfway blow you in sleep.
I've met girls before, you know.
Meanwhile, has come for its time in space to congratulate you.
No, Freddie, I can't. This is too expensive.
Right. On those occasions, when you become a fallen spirit, why not steal the best?
You embarrass me. I don't think there is any reason to think that she likes me.
Oh, sometimes, it is mutual.
What?
Mutual. What does that mean?
You heard?
It means the money is in the bank, and you only have to write a check.
But I'm a married man.
And an excellent one too. And she did after 6 months.
I don't think we should hold that up as a model.
Of course not. My life is disgusting, but you, Ron, you are one of us. coast guard is our blood, dude. They're fearless. They're women, fearless. And they're men, hate us. And you know something, Ron? They are all correct. Listen, all your life, you have waited for a beautiful girl who would lay down with you. When you see them in magazines, you see them in movies. But one day, you wonder, what's wrong with me? You're only one beautiful and wanted. So then, here's your chance. Stop struggling, Ron. The wait is over. I say, go get the girl!
But Freddie! Hey, Freddie! Where are you going? Hey! I've returned to the Thai dance the next week. And the week after. She keeps our meeting so short. Perhaps 15, 20 minutes at most. So I am left each week with a thirst, which is intense. This way, 15 weeks have gone by. I began to wonder the words of my friend Freddie. But no, not really. I know in my heart that she has an interest in me.
I'll be out an instant. Please make yourself at home.
Tonight, I've finally been invited to enter her apartment. Though the idea is almost beyond belief, I believe she's afraid of me.
That is my father.
Oh, Miss Wijit.
It's been almost 10 years since he passed. He was a great man, hardworking. He would sacrifice anything for the family. It was not easy being a Chinese immigrant in Thailand.
Well, I'm glad that you allowed me to enter your home.
Thank you. Oh, haven't you been pouring tea?
But I'm really not.
Don't worry, it's okay. I'm sorry. You want everything to be perfect.
Please, I'm really not thirsty.
I'm sorry.
Miss Wijit.
I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
I don't know.
Exactly my point.
Oh, I'm silly, lightheaded. But I promise you not to apologize for anything else. Do you hear me?
That's a good girl. You have a very beautiful home, Miss Wijit.
presence.
It doesn't concern me. We both know why I'm here.
It doesn't concern me either. No, perhaps.
What?
I'm afraid of scandal.
What are we doing?
I'm entertaining you and my father.
In America. That would hardly...
America? America is a country living in a modern era. Perhaps even the hate of it. Higher is the nation whose soul is firmly rooted 2,000 years in the past. What I do, even sitting beside you and pouring your tea for you now, they have implications. Even my own heart, strapped inside this Western dress, even to say things. I'm afraid of scandal.
This is a very beautiful dress.
Don't.
What?
I don't even know if it looks right on me.
Reid?
You're from America. You've seen so many beautiful women.
America? Since when are...
Oh! What am I trying to do anyway? Mr. Reid, perhaps you should go.
But... why?
There's something wrong about this.
I don't see what.
I feel that I'm not myself.
No. No. You're just... nervous.
Please, honestly try to be modern, to speak like a man, and to help American women strong face up to my own. History. In the end, I failed. I am tired. I should not invite a man up to my flat. The forwardness of my action makes my skin burn.
What are you afraid of? Certainly not me, I hope.
I'm this girl.
I know. And very beautiful.
Please, go now. The next time you see me, I shall again be myself.
Did you hear her talk about American women? Much different than the first night. She must have felt inferior. And to me, I determined to try an experiment. In Madame Butterfly, Jojo's son fears that the American man who catches a butterfly, pierces its heart with the needle, then leave it to perish. I began to wonder, had I too caught a butterfly who would thrive on it next 5 weeks, I worked like a diamond. I stopped going to the Thailands. I didn't fall, all right? And I knew these little flowers waiting for me to call. But as I wickedly refused to do so, I felt for the first time that rush power, the absolute power of a man.
Ron, it's me.
Freddie, I hear your voice everywhere now, even in the midst of work.
That's because I'm watching you all the time.
Cut it out, Freddie.
Okay, so how's it going with her? Did you score?
Well, I'm cutting her off. I'll see how much he wants.
Ooh, nice. Let's go, man.
Thanks, man.
Oh, and now she's sending you a bunch of letters, so look at them.
Then finally, they began to arrive. The letters from Miss Wijit.
Did we fight? I do not know. Is the Thailand no longer dressed of you? Please come. My audience, Mr. White Man in their midst.
A concession, but much too dignified. I skipped the Thailands again that week to complete my position paper on the train.
6 weeks have passed since last we met. It is your practice to leave friends in the lurch? Sometimes I hate you. Sometimes I hate myself. But always, I miss you.
Oh. Better. But I don't like the way she calls me friend. When a woman calls a man her friend, she's calling him a union or a homosexual. I was out from the Thailands again, 7th week, feeling a sudden urge to clean out my files.
Your rudeness is beyond belief. I don't deserve this cruelty. Don't bother to call. I have you turn away at my door.
I didn't. And then finally, the letter that concluded my experiment.
I'm out of words. I can't hide behind my dignity no longer. What do you want? I've already given you my shame.
Reading it, I became suddenly ashamed. Yes, my experiment had been a success. She was turning on my needle. But the victory seemed hollow.
Hollow? Are you crazy?
Nothing, Reid. Please go away. my shame. I had to attend a reception that evening, and on the way, I felt sick. If there is a God, surely He would punish me now. I finally gained power over a beautiful woman, only to abuse it cruelly. There must be justice in the world. I had the strange feeling that the axe would fall this very evening.
Reid! Hey! Can I have a word with you? Over here!
Edward Reynolds, U.S. Ambassador to Thailand. He likes to think of us all as his children, rather like God.
Look, Reid. There's nothing much to say. I've liked you. From the day you walked in. You were no leader. But you were tidy and efficient.
Thank you, sir.
Don't jump the gun. Okay? Good. Because our needs in Thailand are changing. We've come up with new strategy plans to beat those commies. We are going to be more proactive and engaged with local people. Now and in the future. Some people are just going to go. It's nothing personal.
No.
You want to know a secret? What's console branch is being transferred,
My immediate superior,
and most of his departments,
just as I feared, God has seen my evil heart,
but not you.
and He's taking our wages. Excuse me, sir?
Did I scare you? Huh? Of course I did. Shut up, kid. I want you to replace Branch as vice consul.
You? Well, yes. Thank you, sir.
Anytime, Reid. Anytime.
I accept with great humility.
Humility will be part of the job, Reid. You are going to coordinate the revamped intelligence division. You want to know a secret? A year ago, you would have been out. But these past few months, I don't know what happened. You've become this new, impressive, confident thing. And they also tell me you get along with your tie. So I think, Reid, you are a lucky man indeed. Congratulations. understands. Of course, God who creates Eve to short Adam, who blesses Solomon with his harem, tied Jesse to a burning bed. The God is a man, and he understands. At age 39, I was suddenly initiated into the way of the world.
Are you crazy?
Miss Wijit,
To come here at this hour? After 8 weeks?
it's the most
You
amazing.
bang at my door. Scandalize the neighbors?
I've got promoted to vice consul.
What's that supposed to mean to me?
Are you my butterfly?
What are you saying?
I've come tonight for an answer. Are you my butterfly?
Don't you know already?
But I want you to say it.
I don't want to say it. You know how I feel
I do
about
know one thing.
What?
In the letter I received
Don't.
today, I've already
It's
given.
enough that I even wrote it.
Well,
I shouldn't have this flash across my
if
face.
that's all true,
Stop!
then what is one more shortage?
I don't want to.
Are you my butterfly? I want from you honesty. There should be nothing false between us. No false pride.
Yes, I am. I'm your butterfly.
Then, let me be honest. It was because of you that I was promoted. You've changed my life forever, butterfly. There should be no more secrets. I love you.
No. Gently, please. I've never.
Then, you'll go very, very slow.
No. Please, let me keep my clothes.
But
Please. It all frightens me. I don't think it is the right time.
poor little trash.
I'm your treasure. Though inexperienced, I'm not ignorant. Our mothers, they teach us things about pleasing a man.
Yes?
I do my best to make you happy. Turn off the lights. Mr. Reid,
Yes, butterfly.
มานี่สิที่รัก
Come, darling.
รัติการเฉิดฉัน
Beautiful night.
สวงสวรรค์ตากแซ่ซองด้วยเสสวน
Oh, ecstatic with love. Heaven. Filled.
You know Thai very well.
more difficult for us now.
So, we plan to begin bombing?
Oh yes, Reid. But say, the president signed an order to bomb North Vietnam and Laos. How would the Chinese react?
Chinese. Certainly the Chinese will squawk, sir.
Oh wow.
But in the heart, they don't even like Wijit. The Orientals simply want to be associated with whoever shows the most strength and power. You live with the Thai, sir. Do you think they really hate communism?
No, Reid. You live with the Thais.
Excuse me?
Oh, Reid, I can keep a secret.
What are you saying?
In fact, I'm not going to gossip. So, you are giving an enemy's rest? Don't answer. It's not my business. I'm sure she must be gorgeous.
Well,
I'm impressed. You had the stamina to go out and hunt one down. Some of us read. Some of us have to be content with the wives of expatriate community.
I do feel fortunate.
Well, Reid, you've got the inside knowledge. What do you guys think?
Deep down, they want to be modern like us. You know, cappuccinos, men, tuxedos, just like the other Orientals. They want to give in to a greater strength.
So, what do we tell the White House about Vietnam?
Tell them there is a natural affinity between the Americans and the Orientals.
And that you speak from your experience?
They are people too. They want the good thing we can give them. We show them the will to win. The Vietnamese will welcome us to the mutually beneficial union.
But I don't see how the Vietnamese can sign up to the American firepower.
Oriental will always submit to a credit for us, sir.
All right. I will give opinions on my report.
Sir? This rumor you've heard, how widespread do you think it is? Because if my wife has heard of this at all, then she would...
Reid, it's only widespread in this embassy where nobody talks. Because everybody's guilty. Look, Reid, we were worried about you. We thought you were the only one here with our secret. Now you go and you find a lotus blossom and you dump us all.
Reno knows! And he approves. I was learning the benefit of being a man. Reform my own club, sit behind big doors, smoke, and celebrate the fact that we used to do wars. So, over. No! Why does she have to come in?
Ron, be sensible. How can they understand a story without her? Now, to embarrass yourself.
they snigger at parties and disbelieve. So please, try to understand it from my point of view. We are all prisoners of our time and place.
The flag which you reprinted for us, an evening after he's gone.
Okay. See if you can find out when the Americans plan to start bombing Vietnam. If you can find out what city, even better.
I'll do my best. But I don't want to arouse his suspicion.
Yeah, of course. You're right. So, what else?
The Americans will increase troops in Vietnam. 220,000 soldiers with 120,000 military and 11 American advisors.
Wait. 120,000 military and
11,000 American
advisors. Oh, how do you remember so much, huh?
I'm an actor.
Yeah? That is interesting, huh? You are an actor? And is that the reason why you come dressed like that?
Like what, Miss Shin?
Look! Have a look! Like that dress! You are wearing a dress! And every time you come here, you are wearing a dress. Is that because you are an actor? Or what?
It's a disguise, Miss Shin.
Actors. I think they are all strange. My mother tells me that actors are like gamblers or prostitutes or like...
It helps me with my assignment.
Well, that is perfectly good. Keep up the good work.
Is she gone?
Yes, Ron. Please continue in your own fashion.
And so, over the year 1961, 62, 63, we settled into our routine, Butterfly and I. She would have always prepared a nice bath. And then she would start her pleasure. Her hands, her mouth, so many ways to explain. But mostly we would talk about my life. Perhaps there is nothing more rare than to find a woman passionately listening.
Ron, I visited Dr. Hill this morning.
Why? Are you ill?
No. You see? I just want to ask him that question we've been discussing.
And I told you, it's only a matter of time. Why do you gotta bring a doctor to this? You just have to keep trying, like a craft shoe, actually.
I went. I'm sorry. But listen, he said there's nothing wrong with me.
See? find something effective. Do you really want me to go see Dr. Hales?
Only if you want a child, Ron. We have to face the fact that time's running out. Only if you want a child.
My whole modern believes butterfly. And yet, I didn't want to go. It's the same old voodoo. I feel like God himself is laughing at me if I can't produce a child.
You, American men, you obsessed with your own desired quality. Your wife can produce a child. How are you going to see a doctor?
Then what am I going to do?
In impure China, when a man found that one woman is inadequate, he turned to another to give him a son.
What do you... I can't marry you. Yet.
Ron, I'm not asking you to be my husband. I'm your wife already.
You want to have my child?
I thought you never asked.
But your career,
Of course, I love my career. But what would I love the most? To marry a man that I love and to feel something inside me. Day and night. Something I know exists. Ronald, promise me. You won't go see that doctor. Who is that? American quack. Present himself as a judge for the pet I love. I know who is a man and who is not.
Dr. Hales? Of course I didn't go. What man would? A party at the British Embassy. None of us could remember the British ambassador's name, which seemed somehow appropriate. So, I tell the White House dean should go. The man been through quite a hard time. It might be a lot easier for him to just lie on a couch and watch TV.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I'm a graduate, and I'm paid for 2 years as an intern in the embassy.
Interesting. You could learn a lot from me.
I bet.
And how long have you been here?
I just arrived 3 weeks ago.
Oh, and?
Well, I like it. It's pretty Thailand, but well, this is a place I learned about diplomacy. You know what is unbreakable?
What is it?
Nothing to do. I'm not.
Well, you come to parties at embassies like everyone else.
Yeah, you can get out of 10. And then what?
It's not too bad. You just have a
Are you
problem.
married?
Yes. Why?
Are you bored?
Well, just a little to be frank. It's
You want
fresh.
to chat?
embarked on my first extramarital affair. Reid was picture perfect, body like those girls in the magazine. And it was exciting to be with someone who's not afraid to be seen completely naked. And so, we kept up our affair wildly for several months. I believe because of Butterfly. She knew the secrets I was trying to hide. But unlike an American wolf, she didn't confront me, threaten me, even pile us. I remember the words of Wijit's Butterfly.
ฉันเติบโตมา
I come from a people
ในสังคมติดดิน
who are accustomed to living
ถ่อมตนและไร้เสียง
humble and silent. I only saw Pinkerton and Butterfly. And what she would say if he were unfaithful. Nothing. She would cry all alone. And it was her tears and her silence that excited me every time I visited her.
Reid! We are killing him.
Who? Sorry, what?
Am I bothering you to come over at this late hour?
No, of course not.
Not after you give me secret. Shaman,
Thank you.
you are surprised. That is something you wanted, Reid. No, not a promotion. Next time, okay? I mean, something in the world. You're not aware of this, but I received an information from the White House.
Yes?
We allowed the Western generals to stage a coup and assassinate President Diem.
I think that's a very wise move.
Of course it is. It's what you've been advocating. Would you like a toast?
Sure. I consider this a vindication.
Not exactly. To the test. Let's hope you pass.
The test?
It's a test of everything you've been saying. I personally think the generals will stop the communists. And you, Reid, you will be the hero. But if anything goes wrong, then your opinions won't be worth a pig's ears. I'm sure that would happen. But sometimes it's easier better to listen to you.
Are your opinions too, aren't they?
Oh, personally, yes.
So, we agree.
But my opinions aren't on the report. Yours are. Cheers!
I shook as I left the burden for his decision on my shoulder. I started for Reid. But no, that's not what I needed. What I wanted was a revenge. A vessel to contain my humiliation. Though I hadn't seen her in several weeks, I hated for a butterfly.
Han, I was dreaming.
You've been drinking?
If I can't tolerate my despair, then yes, I drink. And I'm having these dreams, Ron. And they're getting worse. They're nightmares. It's been 3 weeks since you visited me last.
I know. It's been a lot going on in the world.
Fortunately, I'm drunk, so I can speak freely. It's not about the world, Ron. It's you and me. And no problem. Even the softest skin can become like a leather for a man who touched it too often. I confess I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how to become another woman.
I have a request.
Is this a solution? Are you ready to give up the flat?
I want to see you naked.
I thought you understood my modesty. So you want me to what? To strip? Like a big cowboy? Girl? Shall I fling my clothes over my head? Yahoo! I thought you respected my shame.
I believe you gave me your shame many years ago.
Yes. But it's just like the white devil. To use it against me. I can't believe it. I thought myself repulsed by a passive oriental and the cruel white man. Now I see. We are most revolted by things hidden between us.
I just mean that it removed the only barrier left between us.
Don't count yourself in sweet words. Be yourself. A cat. And know the middle is enough. That I submit. Submit to the words you can give me. So come. Strip me. Whatever happened, know that you will. Our love in your hands. I'm helpless before my man.
Did I not address her? Because I knew somewhere deep down what I would find. Happiness is so rare that our mind can turn somersault to protect it. At the time, I only knew that I was seeing Pinkerton stalking towards Miss Butterfly and ready to reward her love with his lecherous hand. But by the time I reached her, be replaced by something new, something unnatural, that flew in the face of all I learned in the world. Something very close to love. Butterfly, forgive me.
Ron,
For everything, from the start. I want to marry you.
Then let's.
Yes.
I need a wedding. It's Miss Bai going to adore
I need a wedding.
at the British Embassy.
I need a wedding.
The room of the British girl. What do you mean? You need a wedding?
Tell Comrade Ken the entire region he could end soon.
What do you mean?
Tell Ken that we're going to get married and I have to marry him.
So,
So,
get married.
the mission is in danger. If I marry him, I have to strip for him. Entire mission is going to end.
Hey, hey, hey! Calm down, huh?
But he's going to know.
I demand you to submit. Once a woman submits, a man is always ready to become generous, huh?
And it worked. He gave in. Now you can just be his bride and he's going to know.
Postpone the wedding until the mission is complete. Come up with some excuses.
And I can think of anything.
Tell him that the time is not right. Oh, the auspicious occasion. Because the times always believe in them, correct?
Yes, they do.
So, postpone the wedding. Get yourself out of the trouble.
All right, I will.
Good. Keep up the good work.
Good riddance! I could forget all that betrayal in an instant, you know? If you just come back and become Butterfly again.
Had a chance. You're here, rotting in a cell. And I'm on a plane, waiting my way back to Bangkok. And your president pardons me of our treason, you know.
I read all that.
Must make you feel lower than shit.
But don't you? Even a little bit. Wish you were here with me?
I'm an artist, Ron. And you were my greatest acting talent. It doesn't matter how broad an answer, does it? You still adore me. That's why I love you, Ron. So, you were telling the audience about the night that we're going to get married.
I'll divorce my wife. We'll live together here, and then later in America.
Do it, Ron. Divorce her.
I'll tell her first thing tomorrow. And next week, after the divorce is done. We're getting married.
No!
What?
No.
together.
Actually, I just realized that it is just 12. We cannot get married in 12 months.
12. It is October, butterfly. October, the 10th month.
According to the lunar calendar, we cannot get married in that month. Our marriage is going to be difficult.
But I don't hold this belief, butterfly. Does that mean that your belief that our marriage life is going to be tough doesn't count?
What?
Like, if you don't believe in God, then there is no God to punish you.
Wrong! Our marriage isn't a joke. I love you. And I know you love me too. Can we wait? I want everything to be perfect.
All right. We can wait. Whenever you think is best, we'll get married.
That's why I love you, Rob.
I love you too, butterfly. And so, after Mao is retired, and his cult get even stronger, somehow the American war went wrong too. $400 million were being spent for every Viet Cong kill. So General Westmoreland's remarked that the Orientals do not value life the way Americans do with all the act. Why weren't the Vietnamese people giving in? Why were they conscious? Instead, to die, and to die again.
Congratulations, Reid.
Excuse me, sir?
No promotion. That was the last time. We're going home.
What?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
I'm being transferred because I was wrong about the American war.
Partly. But mostly it's because of the quality of your analysis. In general, Reid, every fucking thing you visit that here in the Orient just hasn't happened.
But I think that's premature.
Oh, please, Reid, don't force me to be blunt. Okay, you said the Orientals were ready to give in to greater force. And yes, you said we will succeed in Vietnam. You were kidding, right?
But there is nothing we can do about it, sir.
Don't be pathetic. Don't take this personally. You were wrong, and it's not your fault.
But I'm going home.
Right? Could I have number your mistress? Oh, what? A little joke? Joke! Hey, boy! Take it easy!
I don't care to recall how Butterfly and I said our hurried farewell. Perhaps it would be best if we end our affair before it kills her.
America. Go on.
What? Where did he go?
3 days ago, I came here to inform you as soon as I could. So what are we gonna do?
Went back to America.
Does this mean that the mission ends now?
No. No way.
No? What do you mean by no? Do you want me to hand out another American diplomat?
No. But I want you to follow him and Reid to America. It takes too much time to build a new relationship. What you have with Cameron Reid now is perfect. You go to America. And when you find him, you will see that he wants you more than ever.
But how can I?
There is no but. There is only must. Do you still want to serve the country, huh?
Yes, I do.
So you tell me, you are one of us.
People at the party are one. Forward to the victory
Look.
communities.
To be honest, I don't care if you are a homo and blindly in love with an American.